Hello everyone, in this video I'll be discussing the Orc raid on Zayon, which can give you the option to get kills on 3 bosses. These are Kublark the Plunderer, Chizoron the Distorter, and Zulaza the Corruptor. This raid can only occur once per week at the quickest, which means it's going to take over 10 weeks to unlock the main bosses, Chizoron the Distorter and Zulaza the Corruptor. These 2 bosses are predictable to find, you'll have to be a bit lucky to come across Kublark the Plunderer. When the raid is first announced, there'll be a raid message that states, "A massive orc force is gathering at the gates of Zayon." From this moment, you'll have 30 minutes until the main bosses arrive. 3 minutes after the first message, the second message will come through. Orc reinforcements have arrived at the gates of Zayon. The gates are under heavy attack. 10 minutes after the first message, the raid message will read, "More orc reinforcements have arrived at the gates of Zayon. The gates are under heavy attack." 20 minutes after the first raid message, we receive the raid message, "The gates to Zayon have been breached. Orcs are invading the city." At this point, Kublark the Plunderer will spawn by the gates and the gates will open. Kublark the Plunderer is a boss in the Nemesis category, which means you will need 5 kills to fully unlock for 100 points. Kublark the Plunderer can also be found in another raid in Zao, but isn't the focus of this video. Just be aware to keep your eye out for him if you're here during the raid, but he'll be discussed in another video. Once the gate is open, you'll head to the southern part of Zayon to find a large tower. Making your way up to the 3rd floor is where Chizoron the Distorter will spawn. If you continue up the tower to the 6th and final floor, you'll find the spawn area for Zulaza the Corruptor. 10 minutes after the gate opens, which is 30 minutes from the very first raid message, the final message will appear. More orcs have arrived in Zayon, the city is under heavy attack. Strong lizard leaders have come to defend the city. When this message appears, both Chizoron the Distorter and Zulaza the Corruptor will spawn. Chizoron the Distorter typically has less players attempting to kill them, while Zulaza the Corruptor is the more popular of the bosses. Since the boss tree has been introduced though, both spawns are swarming with players. Both are bosses in the Nemesis category, which means it only takes 5 kills to fully unlock each of them. As long as you're able to do damage to the boss, you should get credit in your boss cherry. You want to be aware, if you're camping Chizoron the Distorter, that there's a lot of players in the center area of the tower. It is possible for the boss to spawn on the other side of one of the walls, so you may have to run around to get to it. This raid happens every 7 to 20 days, so it's quite common. On most worlds, you'll have to make it to the raid at least 10 times to complete both bosses, assuming you're able to hit them each time. You won't have time to run between floors and attack both bosses. Both Chizoron the Distorter and Zulaza the Corruptor take the majority of damage from all elements. You can look into the exact values to determine which to use based on your vocation, but the main thing to note is do not use earth damage on either boss, and also don't use energy on Zulaza. Each of these bosses have some rare items which may make it worthwhile to put them on your boss slot if you're able to do enough damage to them. Chizoron the Distorter drops crystal boots, which can be worth up to 60 million gold, while Zulaza the Corruptor can drop both dragon scale boots and earthborn titan armor. Dragon scale boots can be worth up to 50 million, while earthborn titan armor can be worth up to 23 million. Hopefully this video helps you unlock both Chizoron the Distorter and Zulaza the Corruptor. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.